Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today we're going to do a little Notion tour. This is something that I've been seeing a lot of people do lately, and I thought I would just jump on that bandwagon because why not? So this is my opening page. I might do some like little tips and tricks that I've learned, but if I'm being honest, I'm not an expert when it comes to Notion, so it's mostly going to be a tour. Maybe I'll show you some things that I personally set up. So the first thing is, on every page you can change your cover and you can reposition. So if you click reposition, obviously you can like move it up and down. If you want to change your cover, you have this gallery which has some really basic stuff. And then you can also upload, oh sorry, turning my heater off. So you can also upload an image if you have an image of your own that you'd like to use, or if you have a link for an image, you can do that, or you can go to Unsplash and search for an image. And that's how I did, I think, all of my images. I just went to Unsplash. So here is my home. You can choose a little like emoticon to put there, and yeah, or you can upload an image or a link or random, remove, whatever. This I named home. So for me, the way that I chose to do it is that every link is like a place in my home or something. I don't know. This quote was already here. It was part of the template that I started with. One of the really nice things about Notion is that there are a ton of templates, and you have just so many options. So in each page you can change your font. There's 3 different options. I like the mono. You can also do full width or not full width. I recommend having this on unless you just want that little tiny part of your screen actually having stuff on it. Until I found that button, it really like messed with me because it defaulted to that and I couldn't deal with it. And then I found this button and everything was better. This customized page just lets you do backlinks, page comments, whatever. I haven't actually used that. I haven't used lock page, though I guess that actually will let you, it won't let you type anything on it. So if you're actually going to be typing anything, not a great thing to do, but if you just have notes and you don't want to change things, it might be a good idea. You could add favorites. So if you have a ton of pages, copy link, undo, which is just Control Z. So if you've done any digital art, you also know Control Z is undo for that. So it's pretty natural feeling. You can show deleted pages, delete, import, export, move to, etc. Those are your basic options. So for me here, what I did is you can create pages. So if we expand this, you can see I have these pages, and then within these pages, some of them I have additional pages. So you can add a page and you can start from scratch like this. I don't actually want this page, so I'm just going to delete. You can also do templates, which are very helpful. So they have a bunch of standard templates here, and you can see there are so many. So if there's something specific you're looking for, definitely scroll through here. If you click this browse more templates button, it'll take you to the website and there's even more templates. People who don't like work with Notion but who have made their own templates can make them shareable so that you can use them as well. And then you have import and trash, which I mean, I haven't used that. Settings and members. So this is if you want to add people to your Notion, you can do that. I believe, so there's a free account, which is what I'm using. I believe you can get One Step Up and students get it free, but I'm not 100% sure. And then there's like a business version, so I have notifications. You can connect different apps. I actually haven't connected anything, although Google Drive I feel like could be potentially really helpful. Appearance. Ooh, I actually hadn't used this, but you can make it dark mode. We might keep that. I kind of like that. But if I do dark mode, the thing is now I'm going to want to change these colors because they look kind of weird in dark mode. So if you want to change colors, you go here and just kind of hover and it'll come up with this. So I have this as a quote setting, but let's just say I want to change this. Let's make it orange instead. Orange, does that make sense? Yeah, let's do orange. And that honestly just looks so much better. And we can do that with these highlights as well. You just go here And instead of choosing this, you just choose here. So you could do an orange background. Oh, that's what orange looks like. Never mind. What if we do yellow? That isn't a whole lot better. Red? Okay. What I was going for is I wanted it to like kind of look good with this. So right here, let's just go into the notes. So if you type this, it's going to come up with a list of things that you can create. And there are a lot of things that you can create. And you can embed like widgets and stuff in here. I haven't messed with that, but I know that there are people who have created videos on how to do stuff like that. I personally just haven't needed anything like that. So the first one is text, which you never really need to do this backslash for. If you want to do text, just type. That's all there is to it. But if you want something a little more advanced, you can do this. So the way that I created these pages was I did this slash page. You can add a to-do list, headings, bulleted list, numbered list, toggle list. So for the toggle list, it's this. So let's just say hello, and then it creates another toggle. But if I do this, inside my toggle, I can add a to-do, you know, whatever you want that to be. And then let's see, what else is there? You have a quote, which is how I did this guy up here. Dividers. So the dividers are what make this possible. If you can see when I hover, oh, maybe. Sometimes they're hard to like grab. But you can see there's a divider between each of these, I think, sort of. And there's also a divider here. A link to page. I haven't actually used that, but I guess if you wanted to, or actually I have used that. Call out, which I believe is what I did here. So if I add a call out and it automatically comes with this, but you can change it to whatever you want. Anyway, so there's a lot of options and you can mess around with it. I'm going to go back later and change these to red. I'm not going to do them all now because you probably don't want to watch me do that. So you can also do things like this, where you have a button that just adds a new to-do instead of having to do the backslash. So I always forget what it's called, but I found this button on accident. So if you type in template button, then you have this add new to-do is your template, right? But I'm sure you can change things. Button name, so yeah, you could change it to something else. Let's do action item. I don't know. No, it didn't like that. I haven't played around with this too much. And you could probably change this. I don't know. This is something I've played around with too much, but close that. And then we're gonna delete that. It is how I created this. All I really know how to do is add a new to-do, but if that's something you want to play around with, you can definitely do that. For the schedule, for this I actually used, I believe it's Code. So yeah, you can also create tables, boards, galleries, lists, calendars. There's so many options. I've definitely not used all of them. So for this I used Code, and you can change it to whatever you want. I don't actually use it for Code, and nobody that I've actually watched videos of uses it for Code, but for this I use it for a schedule. So let's just say 10 a.m. I cannot type right now. 10 a.m. I have a manager meeting. I'm not a manager, but you know, let's pretend. So I have a manager meeting, and I just do that so that during my day I can look here and have, you know what's going on that day. So for me, I actually stole this template from a paper like printout pad that I have and decided to make it digital, because why not? And then I don't have to buy it because the people who produce it are in Australia, so shipping is expensive and it takes forever to come. So my daily goal, let's just say to edit and upload 3 YouTube videos, which I am actually legitimately trying to do today. So let's just say film Notion tour, edit / upload Notion tour, and that's how I found that button, was typing that. And then let's say Notion thumbnail. I'm doing more than that today, but just as an example. If you check it, it will do this. The one thing that I haven't figured out, and if you know how to do this, let me know. It would be nice sometimes if when I did a checkbox, it just disappeared. That way at the end of the day or the beginning of the next day, I don't have to highlight and delete everything, because that gets kind of annoying. So then I have like my hour of power. If you guys don't know, hour of power is basically just like an hour that you set aside to do all the annoying little tasks that you've been putting off. So for me, that's like sending somebody at work an email that I've been avoiding, calling to schedule a dentist appointment or something like that. Things that don't typically take a lot of time, but that I've been putting off and that I dread doing. And then I set aside an hour in my day to do those really annoying tasks that I don't want to do. Action list, that's basically just where I put everything that I need to do today. So I need to do laundry today. I need to clean the house today. I need to do a Scrawler box video. And then I also put something in that I'm grateful for, simply because, especially on days that I'm working, sometimes it's easy to be bogged down by all the negative. So today we're gonna say, I'm thankful for my migraine going away, because I've had a migraine literally all week. And then I have this note section, that way if something comes up during the day and I think of something that I need to do or something I need to ask somebody, I can jot it down here without feeling like I need to do that right at that moment. Sometimes I'm in the middle of a really long task that I need to finish and I get distracted and think about something else, but if I just write it down in this note section, it makes it really easy to come back to and remember, oh yeah, I need to do that, I forgot about it. And in this, I like to use a bulleted list for this, so let's just say I need to finish my taxes, which I do. So that's that. This is my homepage. Sorry you spent so long on this homepage, but I just wanted to show you guys. So the other thing that confused me when I first started my Notion account was how to get these columns like this. So I found the easiest way is to just create something. So let's just say I have this finish taxes thing, and then I'm going to drag this and I'm going to put it until it shows that blue bar like this and drag it like that. And that's how I was able to create it. I don't know if there's an easier way to do it. That's just the easiest way that I found. I was really frustrated at first until I found that. And then of course Control Z to undo that. So let's go into our other tabs. The one tab we're not going to go into today is Office, because that has work-related things in it. I don't write any proprietary information in this, and I don't recommend to you guys to keep passwords and things in this, because while it is a somewhat secure website, it doesn't have the top-notch security. So I would not keep bank passwords or things like that in here. It's just probably not the safest place. You can look at YouTube videos and stuff to see how they do their security. It's good security, don't get me wrong, but it's not top-notch, where if there's information you really don't want stolen, you just shouldn't put it in here, like social security numbers or whatever. So let's go into our living room. So first off, this is art that I took off the internet, and then I cropped it and then I stuck it in here. This art literally does nothing. I don't know if you can turn the art into a link, but I just did this to make it a little bit prettier. So our living room goes to this page, and of course you see I have kind of a different theme going here. The living room for me is all about my reading. So we have also my writing, and I don't think I've put much in here. I've actually done this. Okay, sorry, but this is my writing. Basically I just have goals for each month. I think I've gotten to 4,000 words, but I'm not sure. I'm working on a story. I don't know that it's something I'll ever share, but it's just something I'm working on. And then I have here, I need to go through, I wrote it down on paper and put in the number of words that I wrote, and it tells me the sum total that I've written. So by the end of the year, I should have a total. And then I usually don't have this open, but you can navigate back to the living room up here. And then we have here my monthly TBR, just trying to keep track of the books that I'm reading. I only read 3 books in January. February, I'm in the middle of a readathon, so there's more books here and we're working on them. I don't think I've gone through and filled everything out. I sometimes am really obsessive and will fill it out for the entire year, but let's be real, it changes constantly. So I'm trying to be good and only fill it out right before the month begins or after the month has begun. Here I have another quote. This one is from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It says, "Books she has found are a way to live 1,000 lives or to find strength in a very long one," which just works perfectly with this page. So then down here I have a link to a page that has a grid of the books that I'm currently reading. So actually I need to fill these in, how many pages these are. I know that I keep track of all this on Goodreads, but I just kind of wanted to play with it. And so the way that I set this up is you can link to a page and then there are different filters. So I have it filtering only for the books that I'm currently reading or listening to. So if you click this, it will take us to this full page, which just has all the books on my current TBR. I did start this Notion at the very beginning of this year, and so anything from previous years obviously won't be in here. In here we have author, and you can create different things for each page. So this one, as you can see here, it's just text. Here it's a multi-select, which means that I can have multiple authors. If you don't choose multi-select and you only do select, it'll only allow you to put in one person, but like in this case, 2 people wrote this book, so that's not very helpful. Number of pages is a number. Series is just a select because books aren't going to be part of multiple series as far as I'm aware. For status, I did do multi-select and I might change this later, but I wanted to have it say like the status as far as am I reading or listening to it or did I finish it, and I also wanted to know if it was a book that I owned. Then we have type, which is just a select because I think the only options here is like these were already here. I did take this from a template, but hardcover, audiobook, ebook, and paperback are the only ones that I'll really be using. I haven't added paperback because I haven't needed to. This came from a template, but I do like it, so you can put in these stars, but if you wanted, you could make it a number, so you could give like 3.5 stars. And then I put a year, that way if I continue to use this template for multiple years, I can see how many books I read in each year. So let's go back here. This is all my reading, has this nice page. Let's go back to the living room. And then I have a page for readathons and book clubs. And this comes first with a calendar so that I can see what's happening. So right now we're in the middle of the Damonathon. And so I have a link to this because you had to sign a ledger to like participate. And then I have all my prompts and then the books that I want to read for those prompts. And I can kind of check them off as I go. Different readathons work differently, so I'm also a part of a book club. I did actually finish reading that. And our next meeting is March 3rd, so I just put the number of pages that I needed to read before then. For this is a Buzzwordathon. It lasts all year, and there's a different prompt for each month. I ended up skipping this one, so in my notes, I wrote skipped. I did finish the February one, though. And the reason I didn't put that in here is because I don't know if you can set it to be recurring, and I didn't want to have to always come back to the number one time. I should have, I could have put it in the calendar, but I just put it here instead. It's the 1st to 7th of every single month. And then as I go, I can always add more. Like here's the 24-hour readathon. I need to look at more readathons, but I only do a few a year, so I didn't feel like I needed to be too crazy. And that's really all there is to this page. If you wanted to create a new table, if it'll let me. So here you can add a view, so table, board, timeline, calendar, list, gallery. I will show you what that looks like somewhere else. Okay, so let's just pretend you wanted to add a table. So if you want inline, it's going to do this. If you want a full page, it'll make a whole nother page. So here you just add things. So you could do files, media, people. If you have multiple people on here, email, phone number, whatever. Formulas, there's a lot of options you can do. I haven't done a whole lot. We're gonna delete that. And then one thing that I forgot to talk about is calculations. You can actually have it calculate. So, calculate, I don't really know how I would calculate this. I guess count values. So, 2021, which means I've read 7 books this year. Right? Obviously when I start adding other years, that's not really going to work. But in this case, I'm doing it to count the number of pages. So this is the sum of pages, and then the number of books, which is 44. And if I filter this, let's do status contains finished, then it'll filter like this, and we'll see the number of pages that I've read so far this year with just the finished books. And then also you have your count, which is 7. So this is kind of unnecessary. And then I'm gonna remove that filter, and it'll take me back to the original page. Okay, so that is that. There's a lot to that. So now we're gonna go back home, and we're gonna look at the kitchen. This is not a very exciting page. Basically, sorry, I really need a drink of water. Basically, this page is just for me to keep track of recipes, because I always lose recipes. I can't find them again. So I just made a table, and I made a rating, which me and Thomas have agreed on because he's eaten them. And because I've only started this year and I haven't tried too many other recipes, this isn't that exciting. I also have a grocery list. I haven't actually used this, so I'll probably delete it. But it's helpful for let's just say I want to make this lasagna. And to open it, you hit this button right here. I noticed it's an URL tab. This was a select, so for each one, there's a different rating. Let's see. I don't know if it'll let you see the recipe actually with my screen recording. Oh, I did not need to click that. Okay, so if it lets you, you can look out, there's all these ingredients in the recipe, and I'm going to add those ingredients to my grocery list. I could add notes to myself if I wanted. I don't really feel the need to do that. And obviously I'll add more recipes here. I feel like the ones that aren't good, I don't know if I'll even add them here, because what's the point? But this is how this is set up. And then the last page we're going to look at is the studio. So this is my videos. This is for my art stuff, which I haven't filled in. I've been really bad about doing art this year, but if I have commissions and stuff, I'm going to add notes and whatnot in here for things that I need to do. And then here I have my master to do. So I actually am done with that and done with that. I just finished that, but I still need to do a thumbnail. I'm currently filming this. I decided to scrap this video. So we're going to delete that. We're still doing this. I'm currently filming, so I'm just going to go ahead and check that off. This video is actually completely done. We still need to do all that. So then over here, I have my video project tracker. And this I did actually take from a template. And so this is in the filming section, but we're actually done. And it has been published as of last Sunday, so we're going to put published. And I have it filtering so that it does not show any published videos, because I only want to see the stuff that I'm currently working on. So we have this. I did film it, and I just really didn't like the way it turned out. Hello. We're going to try to delete those. Okay, there we go. So this we actually did edit. So currently I need to finish the thumbnail. This one is filmed, but we need to edit it. Trying to film that one. We're filming this one right now, and we're currently filming this one. And so then I have options here. So this is a vlog, and I can put that there. And then I also have URL, so I can put in the URL for the YouTube video if I want to. I haven't actually done that, so I'll probably delete that. And then if we go here, this will take you to this full page. So this shows even the published videos. Again, like I said, I just started using Notion recently. So this is not all the videos, obviously, that I've ever done. And this shows all videos except ideas. But we can also look at it at a board view. So this is what I was telling you about with the different views. If you look at it from a board view, I have nothing in idea, research, scripting, but I have some in filming, some in editing, some published, and thumbnail. And this actually, while I'm looking at it, should be swapped because thumbnails come before it being published. And the reason that shows, okay, so then we have calendar. So this is publishing dates. And then we have a table for just ideas. And I just have nothing in ideas right now, I guess. So I'm going to go back here, back here, back here. I think this is the same thing. Yeah, I just had an extra link to it. I just wanted to embed this so that it filtered out all the published videos so I could see the things that I am currently working on. These pieces of art are actually ones that I made. And this kind of bothers me that it's not the same size. There we go. That's fixed. So that's how I use this. Again, I did take this from a template. I did not create it all on my own. I know that this is not as aesthetic as other people's notions, but I also want it to be functional. It's like, if it looks pretty but I can't functionally use it, what's the point? So this is my Notion. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tour and some little tips and tricks. I know probably only helpful if you're a beginner, but I hope it was useful and you enjoyed it. Maybe got some ideas for what you want to do. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!